What's up, everybody? I want to talk about a knife that I came across in the store the other day, and this is not something I saved up for months, something that I traded things for, did side jobs in order to buy a $500 knife. This is something that I spontaneously bought, which I occasionally do with expensive knives, but it was $18. Okay, so let's take a look. And I just saw some of the things that it offered and was curious for $18 what it was going to be like. So here is the packaging. You'll have to excuse me for the packaging. I was so incredibly excited. I just ripped this thing apart and couldn't wait to do a review. Now, I actually bought this probably 7 months ago and I just haven't done anything with it. So we have a Schrade knife. Not totally clear where the name is on the packaging, but from what I understand, it's a Schrade Ultra Glide 108 42 82. That's the best I could come up with it. I mean, it's kind of, there's a lot going on. But anyway, the funny thing about the packaging, ultra smooth opening, just so you know. Ultra Glide. Got it. And then here we have ball bearing pivot that allows for ultra smooth opening. So they want to make sure you know about that. Let's flip it over. I wonder if they're going to talk about ultra smooth opening. Ultra Glide. Holy cow. Ultra smooth ball bearing rotation allows for effort-free one-handed opening. Let's see what they have to say over here. Ball bearing pivot tech allows for ultra smooth opening. So it says, I mean, I think they got their point across. Holy cow, Schrade. But with that being said, you know, I don't think it's a bad knife or anything. You could see the bearing system on there. What other knife have I done a review on that has a ball bearing system? It has carbon fiber on one side, steel on the other, pretty deep pocket clip. What other knife fits that mold? The ZT 0452 CF carbon fiber. Boom. So what I'm trying to say is this knife is just as good as the ZT. Just kidding. But the ZT does have a ball bearing pivot. It has a lot of similarities actually, but the ZT is a tank and this is just a lighter use knife. So let's take this off. So as far as the steel goes, it is a 9 CR18 MOV steel. I actually tried to touch it up a little bit on the Spyderco Sharpmaker, which is what I use for all my knives. And I don't know, I wasn't really impressed with how it felt afterwards. I do on all my other knives. I don't know. I just didn't feel super impressed. It does open very smooth. So the let's try that again, folks. The Ultra Glide, sorry, I usually don't have small knives. So this is extremely small. As you can see, a normal size knife that I have. Look at the difference in these. Huge difference. But for $18, let's take a look. I think this is going to end up being in the barn or something like that. I'm not going to daily carry it, but you're looking at 2.3 ounces. The thing is virtually weightless in your pocket, which is nice. The carbon fiber actually looks pretty good on it. It's got some machining on there, which adds a little bit of grip. So I like that. Not crazy about that metal angle right there. It's just kind of a bad display as far as how it lands on the frame lock or integral lock. It also looks like I'm seeing a little bit of plastic in there. I don't like plastic if I can help it. So the flipper makes it ambidextrous, which is great. The pocket clip is non-reversible. So it's only on the metal side, not on the carbon fiber. All right. So here you can see ZT offers it on the carbon fiber, both sides. And I bought the aftermarket clip. You'll have to watch my review on that. So let's put this against a couple other knives that I have. But here you have a 3-inch blade. It's 4 inches closed. Okay, so a similar size knife would be like a Kershaw Skyline. This is the Damascus version. So you can see pretty similar. I would say the Gerber Paraframe is pretty similar. Just so you can get an idea, this is the standard Paraframe. It's been heavily used. And let's just throw a couple more down there because it's fun doing that, right? We got a Kershaw. Okay, so you get the idea. It is a very small knife. It's not super sharp, and it didn't seem to really want to respond. I might do it again. You know, I'll sharpen it a little bit more with the Sharp Maker. But for what it is, for $18, we have to keep things into perspective here. You know, this is not a Chris Reeve masterpiece, okay? This is something that you're probably gonna just carry in the office, light use. You might cut some paper, cardboard, a couple plastic straps or something like that. But it is light. It is very smooth. One thing with the ball bearings I found out with the ZT is that you can get dust and particles and things like that in the ball bearings, and it tends to kind of freeze up and slow down the action, which I don't like. But that's something I've experienced with the ZT, working with it in the barn, because again, like I always say, I use my knives. I will not buy a knife and just put it on a shelf or something like that. So anyway, I think for what it is, it's fine. The fit and finish is actually pretty good. Of course, when you're saying, you know, $18, right? So you have a couple pillars in there, not super strength. This is not a heavy use knife. There is a lanyard hole, which I usually don't use unless I have something crazy like my Tops knife. But the fit and finish on it is pretty good. I think functionality wise, it's very smooth. I don't know if that will last in the long run. Need to, you know, try to attack that edge again to see if I can get a little bit sharper. And again, I'm probably going to throw this in the barn, and it's just going to be a knife that can be used for anything. And to be honest, if it breaks or if I lose it or if something else happens to it, it's not going to be the end of the world. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. But I think for $18, it's a pretty good knife. I wouldn't trust your life with it, and it's not top of the line or anything like that. But I think Schrade did pretty good, especially given, you know, the price tag that they put on this. So anyway, that is the Schrade 108 4282 or the Schrade Carbon Fiber Ultra Glide. So if you see one for 18 bucks, I think it's worth it. Go ahead and pick it up. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, subscribe if you want to see more reviews, and have a good day.